because it's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike, 45. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. He's checking. He's checking.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Say it. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now it's Gurley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Touchdown, defense. Check it backer. Slam.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Kill. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Let's go.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready, blue lady, white, 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 white. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, even. It's our time.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the toss, it's Gurley. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Off of play action, Darnold completes this to Waring. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
1st down, Rams.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, even.
They'll run it with Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Ready. Black 25 behind. Tighten up. Pull it together. Check safety.
First carry for Peyton Barber. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers, nothing.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Caught by Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Winston now finding Godwin, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
Black 22.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Wait. Joker. Even. Let's go.
This is Jones. And able to work his way down to the 16. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Day's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
First down, Los Angeles.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Gurley. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Buccaneers' 35-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the slant. Watch the
Now Chubb running right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And it's 3rd down.
check. 36.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Ready? Flag! Let's go, guys! Flip it, flip it, flip it. Let's go, D, let's go! Let's go!
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Push him back. Flip it, flip it, flip it. 57 to Mike. Watch the flag.
Third and long for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Here we go.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on. Sunday. Hey, stop. Let's go. Out. Let's go.
Final play of the half here, Winston. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now the extra point. And it's 21-3. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Back to it after the pick six. Winston. He completes it to Evans. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Winston throwing complete to Mike Evans. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards. Jameis to throw it. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go, baby. 57 to Mike. 57
to the air again with Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it. leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. First down, Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the red zone now, Winston. Jones has it. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Come on here, come get some. Here, come on. Run back. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, Barber. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Here's Winston. The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Double time. You know, 80. Easy. 45 to Mike. All right, me and you
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mike by two. Let's go, G. Let's go.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. interception. Winston. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerged.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Rams on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and goal at the 6-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Check 52, 49. White. Sponge. No. Switch. Check 3. Check 5 on the 50. Check 5. Let him go.
Now Jones. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Check 20.
They'll try again with Jones. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Hey, check Mike 57. Let's go one more. Mike's 57.
Working out of the gun, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check 13. Check 61. Matchbox white.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Flip it, flip it, flip it. 57's the mic. Arm. The mic. I got one. Hey, check Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to stay with it.
That's true. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. This is brought in at the 21. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run. It's Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Room here to run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Below Nichols. Able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ready. Black 25 behind. Choose the mic. Follow. Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm not ready.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
What we got? SOS. Check your hot read. Watch out. Kill. Hey, stop. Kill. Turn up. Undercut. Let's go now.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught out for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Check the edge. Come. Check safety. Shoot.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But now...
And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big...
Watching this one.